Hi guys, welcome back to our Woody Bogler series, our story of 100 years, celebrating this year. So now I'm here again with Tracy Bogler. We're at the second Rosebud location, and tell us a little bit about this. What it started from, what it became now. I mean, this is a pretty big lot that you have here. Quite a bit bigger than what we were at the last location.
So like I said, the City of Rosebud, built on Claydogs, decided the trucks were not part of the program in town any longer. So there's a gentleman in town, Ralph Alexander. My dad knew he had this lot. He had a lot of stuff stored out here. He built Bull Moose Tube in Gerald, and he's a tube factory builder. How he originally knew Ralph Alexander was we had that lot over there, which I failed to talk about in the last episode. But we had a lime spreading business along with the dump trucking. Forgot to mention the lime spreading. We used to do a lot of lime spreading. In fact, that 1977 Ford lime spreader you see on the parking lot, that was my pride and joy. That was my truck. I don't know how I failed to mention this, but my dad I inherited that truck so I could receive pay to make my school payments.
Right.
So
You're getting your pay.
I was getting my pay.
How you originally thought.
Right. So, needless to say, we rented that lot already from Ralph. My dad said, "Hey, what about this?" And he said, "I'd love to rent it, $500 a month, lifetime lease." Said, "That's great, but we need to build a shop." "What do we got to do to build a shop?" He said, "Well, if you pour the concrete and you buy the metal, I'll provide the trusses because I want to build it my way because it'll be my shop long term."
And that's the shop we're looking at right now.
That's the big old shop we're talking about.
That's not exactly what you were working out of day to day from the beginning on this lot, was it?
No, so the beginning story was, so we had no gravel, no nothing. So we had to come out and grade this lot, start bringing in gravel, creek gravel, and then we added the pea gravel on top of the creek gravel. My dad found this amazing construction trailer that was about 10 by 25 that had no air conditioning and no heat. We parked that bad boy right over here, ran a phone line in, and we were in business.
So, no pay at this point, really.
No pay.
You got a truck you can work on and make some money on yourself, but at least the conditions were good, right?
Yeah, it was great conditions. It was 102 in the summer and it was 2 degrees in the winter. So we had a kerosene heater in the wintertime. Old Dick Waymeyer, who was the guy who kind of coached me up on changing tires and oil, he would come in earlier than I would, and because he lived here in town, and he would light the kerosene heater in the wintertime, and in the summertime he would open my window and turn my fan on for me. So I did have a water, the little water, the gallon or the jugs of water. My dad did supply me with that.
You can have all the water you want.
All the water you want. And conveniently, we had a porta potty out back. And we also had the Rosebud, I call it the Highway 50 convenience store that I'd walk to get my coffee and my lunch and anything I needed.
So from what I understand, you also at one point had a visitor, your sister that came down, saw the conditions,
yeah,
and something had to change. And
yeah,
from there, of course, you were built this big grand office after that, right?
Yeah. So my sister Denise came down for a teachers convention in Gerald, and she saw, it was the middle of the summer, and she saw the no air conditioning and the window was open and a fan, and it was still 100 degrees inside, and she decided that this was not feasible and told my dad that this was going to have to change. And of course, you know, he decided that, well, I guess I'll listen to Denise this time, and he found another trailer that had air conditioning and heat, but we were still not allowed to hook up the water for the plumbing because it actually had a bathroom in it. But he bought it from our buddies over at Roadsport there, Clark's Transfer. Paid $5,000 for this beauty, and they wheeled that thing in. I thought I was in tall cotton until I found out the water wasn't going to be turned on, and we still had a porta potty. But hey, at least we were cool in the summertime and warm in the winter.